Hi, welcome to Make or Repair. Today I'm going to take a little look at this. This is a touch-free soap dispenser. Should dispense soap. It's rechargeable, etc, etc. Apparently it doesn't recharge and doesn't dispense soap anymore. So I will need to figure out how to get this open, which will be the first very large challenge, I suspect. Okay, so our charger is a micro USB. Okay, so let's get this powered up and see if anything happens. And no. There's no stable light indicating it's charged. There is nothing going on at all. We've got Phillips head screws. Self-tappers, so I just need to be cautious when I put them back in again. Unfortunately, I suspect most of this comes apart with kind of clippy plastic, but this main body appears to be all one piece. We're in, and all I can see is a little circuit board just here. It's got one IC and a few, probably only 2 or 3 little components on there, little passives. The USB clearly goes directly into that board from the back, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way ribbon cable down here. So I guess we need to take this board out, have a look at it under the microscope. More self-tapping screws. So this just lifts off this little rubber cover. And hopefully, yeah, there we are, we're in. So here's our little circuit board, and I'm going to separate that from its plastic holder. So you should hopefully now get both sides of it, just in case it happens to be. This side is free of components, just a sticker. Okay, so let's take a little look at this. So this is the tiny circuit board, which I think really is pretty much all it's doing is picking up the input from the charger. So this is the USB. That's kind of looking all right. Turn it over. There's not much on the back here, so just the 2 connections on here. They look to be okay. Going through 3 little resistors and 1 device here labelled K4T. Now, I can see some of those for sale on AliExpress if needs be, but yeah, I suspect it's just a little voltage monitor, a charging monitor, something like that. Might just try reflowing that, but there is a bit of a problem in so much as this is covered in a conformal coating, so reflowing is not as easy as it could be. Still, we can just test our voltage on there. Now the rest of the circuitry, unfortunately, let's see if we can leave off the switch section. Ah, there's a screw covered in gel. And finally we're into an actual circuit, and it's double-sided. I'm getting it easy to access boards before I start the voltage checking, just so I don't have to keep interrupting my work. Let's start tracing through from this end and seeing whether or not we've got power going up to the main board. That I think will be our starting point. Okay, so I've applied some conformal coating stripper to the back of this just to try and get some of the conformal coating off, but I've gone nowhere close, I don't think, but hopefully I've got it off on these connectors just here, just enough to do the job. Let's see if I have or not. So what I'm doing is just putting my meter onto ohms for a second and continuity, and let's just probe 2 different sides of the same pin. Yeah, so now we've got, I can actually probe the pins now, so that's good. Right, let's check voltage then, apply some voltage. So okay, so excuse the slightly dodgy camera work. I'm just trying to keep this vaguely in focus, and at a height that I can probe it and apply a little bit of pressure. So there's pins 1 and 5, and I should have 5 volts on that, and 5.04, so that's good. My power supply is getting onto the board. Yeah, there she goes. Yeah, so these 3 are on the data lines, these 3 resistors. I'm pretty sure that this junction here well, that is surprising. So look at this side of the board. I mean, I would swear that that trak there I've got to be through there now. Nothing. I mean, surely, seriously, that really just, that goes on there, doesn't it? Let's come there and see if I can get to pin 1. Yeah, there you go, that's pin 1. Connecting through to this, and I would expect it to come through to pin 1 on here. I've got nothing. Nothing. So am I just thinking about a broken connection here? I can't see where it will be broken. Oh, just look at that, there. Just there where my gold pointer in. Is that a break? Well, we can soon find out if we strip this side. Yeah. Look at that. There is a hairline break right just there. Right, so I need to basically strip off both the conformal coating and everything else. Yeah, look, as I go across it, I get it. There, right, okay. Let's hope that that's all then. Let's just have a little look at the rest. So I don't see any breaks across here. This is just conformal coating coming off. That doesn't seem to have any breaks in it. Okay, well, let's strip this back and we'll get a piece of wire put on there and lay it on and see if that doesn't solve it. Okay, we can clearly see our track problem now. Sometimes with these, the toughest job isn't actually doing the work, it's keeping everything where it's supposed to be while you do it. So, this does not have a tin surface, so I'm going to apply a little bit of flux to it and just tin it as my first job. I have a fine piece of wire, not too fine, but tinning as well. Damn. That had to happen, didn't it? I think about that. So I'm just going to run my soldering iron along it just to make sure I've transferred heat everywhere. Not that easy to fit on, I did put a little bend in it. Okay, so fingers crossed, we've now got continuity between that pin going up to the main board, which I'm probing the pin. Yeah, and the 5 volt line. So I'm kind of hoping that might actually do the trick now. And if we have a little look at that little LED just there, you can hopefully see it is flashing away as it charges. Phew, problem solved. Right then, let's get it put back together. Unfortunately, my first job is I've got to reapply a coating to this. Okay, so I'm not sure how visible this will be. I've literally just applied a 2-part epoxy coating to that just to try and ensure we do not get water ingress again in the future, and I've done it on this side as well, of course. Reassembly, just the opposite of taking it apart, of course. So let's give it a quick charge and hope to hell it's still working now I've reassembled it, of course. And there we have it. A happy little light. So now we've got some power, hopefully. If I move my hands underneath. Oops, I actually did get soap out then. Obviously just left in the pump. Super. Well, there we have it. Job done. There we have a finished working product. Let me just whoops, which is currently on charge, but is clearly working. So that's good news. That's another item not going into landfill or some sort of, 8,000-mile trip to have some child take it apart in a recycling plant in the developing world somewhere. So pretty happy to have rescued that. If you enjoyed this video, of course, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.